Most of you know me. I'm Miss Melissa. I'm the librarian at Roosevelt Elementary School in Hoisington, and I'm here today at our Hoisington Public Library so that I can show all of you where the public library is, what they have to offer, and talk a little bit about how you can make use of the public library here in town. So to start with, I want to kind of give you the location. If you look behind me where I'm pointing, you're going to have Meteora Restaurant. I know you can't see it, but it's right there. Next, or across the street, right around the corner here, is the city building. And if you come along and you look up here, we've got the library. You can't miss it. A big old library sign on the building. Now, if you come on and point the camera here, you'll see Casey's filling right there. And we got the big elevator, so you can kind of see where we're at in town. I believe all of you will be able to find it. If not, I know your parents will. So we're going to go ahead and go on inside. The library hour is open at 10 a.m. on Monday and Wednesday, and the rest of the week they open at 9, except for Saturday. Saturday they're open in the morning from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. When you check books out, if you want to return them and the library is not open, you can always drop them in here, just like that. There's a cart inside, it'll catch them. You won't be able to see the cart because it's in a closet when we get inside, but I promise they'll be safe. Go ahead and move inside. And now as you come into the public library, there's a word that I want to discuss. It's called decorum. It's a very fun word to say, very practical word for the library. Decorum means a proper way of acting. It's in the library, proper decorum is a quiet voice, not running. You're going to respect the building just as if you were in school. We don't run in school, we don't run in the library. There is stuff that you can play with or touch in here. There is stuff that you can't. So if you're not sure, always ask. And we are respectful to others while we were in the library. So it's a public space. Everybody has access to it. Everybody is welcome, but you are expected to act appropriate while you're here. And that word is decorum. I'm going to test you on that. Okay, so as you come in, we have the front desk. This is where you will check books out. We have our librarian director. Disturb her. See her waving in there. And then if you look, we have this wonderful glass wall. It was not always like this. It's nice because if you guys are in here and say there's a children's activity going on and it's a little loud, they can shut the door so it doesn't disturb the rest of the library patrons. We have the adult and the YA section over here, and there's computers and people will come in here to do work. So we need to try and be very respectful while we're in here. I'm going to start right here on this table. This is our new book table. So all of the new books that the library purchased for the children's section in this month are going to be right here. And I will show you where the new books are for last month because we keep them out. They keep them out for 2 months just in case you miss them. So new books from this month are there. New books from last month are going to be in this section right here. And you can see that they have chapter books and picture books and a whole variety of books. Our nonfiction, that's your real life books, are books that we use to learn stuff. They're going to start right here and they come around and they just kind of weave through the stacks here. Here we have our biographies. Now most of you, we haven't really talked about what biographies are. Biographies are books that are written about specific people. And so these books are the books about their life. So if there's somebody that you're interested in, that's a good place to go. Now, if you come around the corner here, this is probably one of my most favorite sections because it is the graphic novel section. If you don't know what a graphic novel is, it's kind of like a comic book. So I'm going to open this up so you can kind of see lots of pictures, lots of fun movement going on. These are probably one of the favorite ones that we've got here. They're actually nonfiction graphic novels. So they're about nonfiction things, but they're written in such a way that they're fun to read. And then there's all kinds of different nonfiction. There's superheroes, there's Minecraft, there's fantasy. We have all the Dogman books. the Owly books, Big Nate, the Bad Guys. I mean, this is y'all's section. I know you're gonna like it. And now we're gonna walk backwards through the chapter. So the end of the chapter books are right here, and they run through. And the chapter books are not sorted by reading level; they're just the chapter books. So Miss Sara will be able to help you if you need to find one that is in your Lexile level or just in your reading level. But you don't have to stick that in. It's summer. You can read whatever you want. But the chapter books come all the way around. Here you'll see we've got Notebook of Doom, the Spiderwick Chronicles. We've got Hardy Boys, Hank the Cowdog. Look at this. I know you guys love Owl Diaries, and I know I only have a couple. They have the whole set. They have the Owl Diaries. They have the Unicorn Diaries. We have all the Roald Dahl books, which he wrote Matilda and the Witches and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the BFG and James and the Giant Peach. We have the Last Kids on Earth books, Ramona and Beezus, all the Bad Kitty books, Zoe and Sassafras. I have a couple of these in our library. These are a great chapter book for those who are just really starting to move into chapter books. They're kind of like the Ivy and Bean books that are down here. So they have all of those too. In this corner, we have the games and the toys that you guys are allowed to play with. So if you come in the library, it's hot outside, you're bored at home, you guys can come to the library, get something out, take it over, play with it on the floor. The only stipulation is if you get it out, you have to put it back. If you don't, you're not going to be allowed to get stuff out next time. And the library will be messy. So we work together to keep our space clean. But there's floor puzzles, there's marble runs, Legos, giant marble run. Rotate them. And we rotate them out regularly. So this is just a small portion. There's cabinets in the back where they have lots of different games. So you come in this week, you come in next week, there might be different stuff out. And then these are our rotating books. These books come from the Central Kansas Library System. They are here for 6 weeks, and then they will be gone. So just like the rotating games, the rotating books will change out, and you never know when they're going to. And you can tell these are rotating books because they have these bright yellow labels. You'll see all of these have the bright yellow labels. So I'm going to take you on over. There's several things that we're going to look at. We're going to continue looking at books to begin with. So these sections right here, you'll notice they say level 3 readers, level 2 readers, and level 1 readers. So these are like your pink and orange dots in our library. And then those would be kind of like the green and the black dots. Lots of sight words, bright pictures, good books for you guys who are really reading on your own and starting to get the hang of it. This section was not always here. It was not here when I worked here, and I like this section. This is our holiday books. So if you really like Christmas or you need a book for Easter, all the holiday books are going to be right here. Really easy for you to find. And then if you look behind me, this whole wall is picture books. And there's books on display and books facing out. And just like in my library, if it's facing out, you can still check it out. You can pull it off the shelf. Nothing is against the rules. You can look at everything. You can check anything out that's in here. And then for those of you who have little siblings at home, they have a wonderful collection of board books, really fun board books. And that way, if mom comes in with you, a little sibling that wants to look at some stuff, they can look at these and you don't have to worry about them ripping the pages. They also check out just like our regular books, so they can take books home just like you can. We have 2 types of computers. We have the awe machines. They have fun learning games. So these are a lot like the learning games that you play at school, a little bit more fun because it's not for school. And this one goes all the way up to 4th or 5th grade. They will challenge you all the way up to 4th or 5th grade. This one is for the littler kids. But then we also have 2 public computers facing back to back here. The only stipulation on the computers is you only get 30 minutes a day on them. And we have kids that say, well, there's nobody else here. It's still only 30 minutes a day. There's all kinds of other stuff to do. You don't have to leave when your 30 minutes is up, but you only get to use the computer for 30 minutes a day. Just because there's so much more that you can do to expand your brain. You don't need to spend all your time looking at a screen. You guys can do that at home. And then, speaking of, we have a great reminder. Turn off the television and read a book. It's called Thinking Outside the Box. Now, I know you're not going to understand that, but TVs used to be shaped like boxes instead of papers. And so when we think outside of the box, we're thinking outside of the TV. So that's funny. At this time, I'm going to introduce you to Miss Sara. She is our children's librarian here in town. And we're just going to turn the camera around and say, hi, Miss Sara.
Hi.
So she has her Mandalorian shirt on today, her Baby Yoda. We all love Baby Yoda because it's May the 4th. It's a May the 4th be with you. Do you have anything that you would like to say to them specifically?
We hope to see you all at the summer reading program in June.
Oh, summer library is in June. Yes, and you will be getting papers home. You may have already received them by the time you see the video that talks about summer library and how to register and how to participate. And it's not just about reading. There's other things in summer library. So make sure that you come down and check it out. I got one more thing to say. So a lot of people will ask, how much does it cost to use the library? Nothing. Zero. Our public library is paid for by your parents' tax dollars. And it just like our roads and the activity center and the swimming pool, it's a public service that is provided. All of the books in here belong to you guys. These are the public books. So when you check them out, you need to make sure you take really good care of them and you bring them back on time. That way other people can check them out. The only way that the public library will cost you money is if you tear something up or if you don't bring it back. And most of the time, if it gets torn up by accident and you come in and you talk to us about it, they'll be forgiving. But you have to communicate and you have to take care of stuff. But other than that, there's no cost to the library. So as long as you do your job, it's free of charge. With that, I just want to welcome everybody to the Hoisington Public Library. Please get your parents to watch the video if they don't know where the library is. And library cards. To check out stuff from the library, you have to have a library card. Again, it doesn't cost anything, but a parent has to fill it out. We cannot give you a library card without a parent present because they have to say it's okay for you to take stuff home. So once your parent comes in and fills out your library card, the librarians will talk to you about how many items you can check out. Just like me, there's restrictions, but you'll be able to check stuff out and take it home. And you can actually use your library card at Great Bend. So if you and your family go to Great Bend and you want to check books out there, the same library cards you get here will work over there. So that's pretty cool. Sara, am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. Of course, when we're done watching the video, I will be in front of you and you'll be able to ask me some questions. If not, you can always call the library at 620-653...
4128.
4128. I almost gave you Pizza Hut's number. Glad she interjected. 653-4128.
Hello again. Which in the summer reading program, if you read your books and you have your quota met, you will receive Pizza Hut coupons, Dairy Queen coupons, Casey's coupons, and Freddy's ice cream coupons. So please read your books.
Woohoo! Okay. Thank you guys, and you have a wonderful day.